welcome back to the USA English Podcast. We are absolutely delighted to have you here with us today. I'm Erica.
And I'm Marco. Today's topic is something that will change the way you think about English grammar. We're talking about how you only need 3 tenses to speak English, not 12.
Yes, you heard that right. Many learners spend years trying to master all the tenses, but the truth is, in everyday conversation, native speakers mostly use just 3.
That's a relief, right? You don't need to memorize 12 different tenses to have natural conversations. You just need to master the most common ones.
Today, we're going to show you exactly which 3 tenses you need, how to use them, and how to practice them in real conversations.
We'll also share why the other tenses aren't as important for daily speaking, and how you can sound natural with just a few simple structures.
If you enjoy learning with us, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss a lesson.
All right, Erica, let's get started. So, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I was actually thinking about this topic this morning. I had a conversation with a friend who's learning English, and she was so stressed about tenses.
Oh, what did she say?
She said, "I've studied all the tenses, but I still get confused. I don't know which one to use." And I told her, "You don't need all of them. You just need the most common ones."
That's exactly what we want to talk about today. Let's dive into our main conversation.
Okay, Marco, let's start with the most basic question. What are the 3 tenses you really need?
The present simple, the past simple, and the future simple. That's it.
That's a very short list.
Yes, and with these 3, you can talk about almost everything in daily life.
Let's start with the present simple. When do we use it?
We use the present simple for habits, routines, facts, and general truths. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m. every morning. Water boils at 100 degrees. She works in a hospital.
So it's for things that are generally true or happen regularly.
Exactly. It's the most common tense in everyday conversation.
Now, let's talk about the past simple.
The past simple is for actions that are finished in the past. For example, I watched a movie last night. She visited her grandmother on Sunday. We went to the beach.
So if something happened and it's over, we use the past simple.
Yes, and the good news is regular verbs just add ed. For irregular verbs, you just need to learn them as you go.
And the third tense, the future simple.
The future simple is for things that will happen. We usually use will or going to. For example, I will call you tomorrow. She's going to travel next week. We'll have dinner at 8.
So with just these 3 tenses, you can talk about the past, the present, and the future.
Yes, and that covers 90% of what you need in daily conversation.
But what about all the other tenses, like present continuous, present perfect, past continuous?
They're useful, but not essential for basic communication. You can still be understood without them.
And you can learn them later once you're comfortable with the basics.
Exactly. The goal is to start speaking confidently, not to know everything perfectly.
Let's talk about common mistakes with these 3 tenses.
One common mistake is using the present simple for something that's happening right now. For example, I eat lunch right now is wrong. It should be I'm eating lunch right now. But the present continuous is not one of the 3 tenses we're focusing on.
So what should learners do instead?
They can simplify. Instead of saying, I'm eating lunch right now, they can say, I eat lunch at this time, or just, I'm having lunch. But honestly, even a simple mistake like that won't stop communication.
That's a great point. The goal is to be understood, not to be perfect.
Exactly. Another common mistake is confusing the past simple and the present perfect. For example, I have seen that movie versus I saw that movie. But for daily conversation, I saw that movie is perfectly fine.
So you don't need the present perfect?
Not for basic conversations. You can say I saw it or I've seen it depending on context, but if you just use the past simple, people will still understand you.
That's very encouraging. What about the future? Is there a big difference between will and going to?
There is a small difference, but in daily conversation, native speakers often use them interchangeably, so you don't need to worry too much about which one to use.
So keep it simple. Use will or going to, and you'll be fine.
Yes, the important thing is to communicate, not to be grammatically perfect.
Now, let's practice some sentences using only these 3 tenses.
Great idea. Present simple, I live in Seoul. Past simple, I lived in Busan before. Future simple, I will live in a bigger city someday.
Nice. Another one. She works at a bank. She worked at a school last year. She will work at a new company next month.
Those are all clear and natural.
Now, let's talk about how to practice these tenses.
First, describe your daily routine using the present simple. Then talk about your weekend using the past simple. Then talk about your plans using the future simple.
So you can practice all 3 tenses by talking about your life.
Yes, and you don't need special exercises. Just talk about your day.
That sounds very practical.
Now, let's talk about why learners get overwhelmed by tenses.
I think it's because textbooks teach all the tenses at once. It feels like you need to learn everything.
Yes, and that creates pressure. But in real life, you don't need everything.
So the key is to focus on what you actually need.
Exactly. Start with the 3 tenses, then add more later if you want.
Now let's give some sample answers for common questions using only these 3 tenses.
If someone asks, "What do?" you can say, "I work in marketing." Present simple.
If someone asks, "What did you do yesterday?" you can say, "I went to the gym." Past simple.
If someone asks, "What are you going to do this weekend?" you can say, "I will visit my parents." Future simple.
Those are all natural and easy.
Now, let's talk about the power of simplicity.
When you keep your tenses simple, you speak more fluently. You don't stop to think about grammar.
And when you speak more fluently, you sound more confident.
So, simplicity leads to confidence.
Yes, and confidence leads to more speaking, and more speaking leads to improvement.
It's a positive cycle.
Now let's talk about the role of listening in learning tenses.
Listening is very important. When you listen to native speakers, you hear how they use tenses naturally.
And you start to internalize the patterns without studying them.
So don't just study tenses, listen to them in real conversations.
Now let's talk about how to respond if someone corrects you.
If someone corrects you, just say, "Oh, right, thanks," and keep speaking.
Don't feel embarrassed. Corrections are not criticism, they're help.
And remember, native speakers make mistakes too.
So you're in good company.
Now let's talk about how to build confidence with these 3 tenses.
Practice them every day. Use them in your thoughts. Speak them out loud.
The more you use them, the more natural they become.
And soon you won't even think about them. They'll just come out.
That's fluency.
Now let's give some more example sentences.
Present simple. I like coffee. She speaks 3 languages. We live near the station.
Past simple. I liked the movie. She spoke to her boss. We lived in London.
Future simple. I will like it. She will speak to him. We will live abroad.
Those are all clear and easy.
Now, let's talk about questions using these tenses.
Present simple question. Do you like coffee? Past simple. Did you like the movie? Future simple. Will you like it?
See? The pattern is very simple.
Yes, once you learn the pattern, you can use it with any verb.
Now, let's talk about negative sentences.
Present simple. I don't like coffee. Past simple. I didn't like the movie. Future simple. I won't like it.
Again, very simple patterns.
So, with just 3 tenses, you can make positive sentences, negative sentences, and questions.
That covers almost everything you need.
Now, let's talk about how to use these tenses in storytelling.
When you tell a story, you mostly use the past simple. For example, I woke up late. I missed the bus. I arrived late to work.
And you can use the present simple for facts or habits in the story. For example, I usually take the 7 o'clock bus.
And the future simple for future events in the story. For example, I will be more careful tomorrow.
So, even in a story, you only need these three tenses.
That's right.
Now let's talk about a common fear. What if I use the wrong tense?
Don't worry, people will still understand you. Context helps.
Yes, if you say, I go to the store yesterday, people will know what you mean because you said yesterday.
So context can save you.
Exactly. So don't stress about every little detail.
Now let's talk about how to remember the patterns.
Practice the patterns every day. Write them down. Say them out loud.
The more you repeat them, the faster they'll stick.
And eventually, they'll become automatic.
Now let's move to our vocabulary breakdown.
First word, tense. This is a verb form that shows when an action happens.
For example, there are 3 main tenses in English, and the past tense is easy to learn.
Another example is, I need to practice the present tense.
Tenses tell us about time.
Next word, present. This is the time that is happening now.
For example, I work in an office is present tense, and the present is easy to use.
Another example is, I live here now.
The present is where we live our daily lives.
Next word, past. This is the time that has already happened.
For example, I visited my friend yesterday, and the past simple is very common.
Another example is, I studied English last night.
The past is where our memories are.
Next word, future. This is the time that will come.
For example, I will travel next month, and I'm going to study tomorrow.
Another example is, the future is full of possibilities.
The future is where our hopes are.
Next word, simple. This means easy and not complicated.
For example, the present simple is easy, and keep your sentences simple.
Another example is, simple English is powerful.
Simple is often better than complicated.
Next word, grammar. This is the rules of a language.
For example, I don't like studying grammar, and grammar can be confusing.
Another example is, you don't need perfect grammar to speak.
Grammar is a tool, not a goal.
Next word, conversation. This is a talk between people.
For example, I had a good conversation today, and conversation is the best practice.
Another example is, I want to improve my conversation skills.
Conversations are where language comes alive.
Next word, practice. This means doing something regularly to improve.
For example, practice is the key to improvement, and I practice English every day.
Another example is, practice makes progress.
Practice turns knowledge into skill.
Next word, fluency. This means speaking smoothly and easily.
For example, I want to achieve fluency, and fluency comes with practice.
Another example is, fluency is not perfection.
Fluency is about communication, not being perfect.
Next word, confidence. This is the belief in yourself.
For example, confidence helps you speak more, and I'm building my confidence.
Another example is, confidence grows with practice.
Confidence is the result of consistent effort.
Let's quickly review the vocabulary. Tense is a verb form showing time. Present is the time happening now. Past is the time that has happened. Future is the time that will come. Simple means easy and not complicated. Grammar is the rules of a language. Conversation is a talk between people. Practice is doing something regularly. Fluency is smooth speaking. And confidence is belief in yourself.
That's a very useful list.
Now, let's do a longer practice conversation using only these 3 tenses.
Great idea.
Erica, what do you do every morning?
I wake up at 7. I drink coffee and read the news. Then I get ready for work.
What did you do yesterday morning?
I woke up late. I didn't have time for coffee. I rushed to work.
What will you do tomorrow morning?
I will wake up at 7 again. I'll make a big breakfast and enjoy it.
That sounds like a plan.
Yes, I want to start the day more relaxed tomorrow.
Now, let's talk about how to use these tenses in different situations.
At work, you can say, I work in marketing. Present simple. I finished a project yesterday. Past simple. I will start a new project next week. Future simple.
At home, you can say, I cook dinner every night. I cooked pasta last night. I will cook steak tomorrow.
With friends, you can say, I like hiking. I went hiking last weekend. I will go hiking again soon.
These are all natural and easy.
Now, let's talk about how to practice these tenses alone.
You can think about your day in these 3 tenses. What did you do? What are you doing now? What will you do later?
That's a great daily habit.
And you can record yourself speaking in these tenses. Then listen back and check your grammar.
Recording is a powerful tool.
Now, let's talk about the importance of listening.
When you listen to native speakers, you hear how they use these tenses naturally.
And you can copy their patterns.
So listen actively and pay attention to the tenses.
Now, let's give some final tips.
First, focus on the 3 tenses. Don't worry about the others.
Second, practice them every day in real situations.
Third, don't be afraid of mistakes. People will understand you.
Fourth, listen to native speakers and copy how they talk.
Fifth, be patient. Improvement takes time.
And finally, remember that communication is the goal, not perfection.
Now, let's recap the key points.
First, you only need 3 tenses to speak English: present simple, past simple, and future simple.
Second, these 3 tenses cover most daily conversations.
Third, the other tenses are useful, but not essential for beginners.
Fourth, practice these tenses every day by talking about your life.
Fifth, listen to native speakers to learn natural patterns.
The main message is this: you don't need to master all 12 tenses to speak English. Start with 3, practice them, and you'll be amazed at how much you can communicate.
Now we want to hear from you. This is our favorite part.
Our question of the day is, which of the 3 tenses do you find easiest to use, and which one is the hardest?
I'll answer first. I find the present simple easiest because I use it every day. I find the past simple hardest because of the irregular verbs.
That's a very honest answer. For me, I find the present simple easiest too. The future simple can be tricky sometimes.
See, we have different answers, and that's okay.
So viewers, we want to know about you. You can write, I find blank easiest and blank hardest. Or, my biggest challenge with tenses is blank.
Please tell us in the comments. It helps us make better videos, and it helps you practice writing.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope this lesson helps you feel more confident about using tenses in English.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Click the subscribe button and the little bell. That way you won't forget to join us for our next lesson.
You are all wonderful students. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep communicating.
Yes, you don't need perfect grammar to be understood. You just need to speak.
Have a wonderful day, evening, and night.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now. See you in the next lesson.